Hey, what's going on? What's going on? This is Rob Owens, High Priority Lawn Care. I want to tell you a couple of things you can expect when dealing with a lawn care service, right? Here's a couple of things you can, not a couple, but here's some things you can expect when dealing with a lawn care company. One thing you can expect is some companies are going to give you free estimates. Some companies will give you free estimates. They'll come out, look at your property, whatever their method of figuring out what you're going to pay is, that's the method that they use, and then they charge you accordingly. You can expect that from some lawn care companies, and then you got other lawn care companies who does not do free estimates, right? You're gonna have to pay them to come out and give you an estimate. Not only will you have to pay them to come out and give you an estimate, you also gonna have to pay for the service, right? And they may put that into the charge or whatever. I don't know. Everybody run their company very different. So just be ready for that. Okay. Another thing you gotta understand is that on top building on every lawn care company is different. Everybody comes out and they have a different way that they price. Some people charge for they itemize their services, right? Meaning if they weed eat around your house, that's one fee. They cut the front yard, that's one fee. They cut the backyard, that's another fee. To trim your hedges, that's a fee. To do anything, they have a fee for it, right? You got to understand that. And then you got other companies that don't do that. They'll come out and they'll bundle your whole, they'll bundle everything together in one package, and then that's your price, right? And it's very different. So one lawn care company may come out and they may do things one way. But when you call, if you get tired of that company and now you're about to go over to another company, forget about whatever you did with that company you had before. You cannot expect the new company to come in and do things like that. And I think a lot of people do that. They a lot of people assume that, well, this company did this, and they think that across the board lawn care is the same. It's not. It's not a regulated industry. People run their companies how they see fit. There's no guidelines that we must follow. You can run your company the way you run it. That's just the way it goes. So when you call it a new company, it's best not to even speak on what the other company did and expect something different. Because if you're expecting this new company to be like your last company, you're going to be very disappointed. You're just going to be disappointed. So I suggest that you just give that new company a clean slate and let them tell you what they do, and you decide whether you want to deal with them or not. Another thing that you should expect when dealing with a lawn care service is, everybody works very differently. Like the way, basically, you should not tell the company, well, my last company did X, Y, Z. Don't tell them that. If your last company did something a certain kind of way, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. This company right here probably not going to do it that way. They probably had their own methods, right? So you gotta be okay with that. You gotta understand that, because when you start telling a new company what the old company did, is in this world, it's kind of like people are gonna take that personal. It's gonna be offensive, right? They may not show it to you, they may not express it, but inside they're like, I don't really care about what the other company did. This is how I do it. And if you don't like the way that company is doing what they do, you like the other company better, then it's probably best to call that company back and let them service your yard, and let the other company go. Let the new company go, because you're not giving them a fair shot by telling them all these things. Every little thing you find, you nitpicking. You say, well, so-and-so used to do it like this. That's not a good way to go about doing business with a new company. Something else you can expect with a lawn care company is a lot of these people that you're calling, they're not actually companies. They're just people that just cutting grass. Nothing against those people. They out here making money. They're trying to make ends meet just like everybody else. But they're not an actual company. A lot of them don't have insurance. Some get broken at your house. It's just broken. And you can call them and call them and call them all you want. You'll never see them again, right? Don't hold that grudge against the new person that show up. If you're concerned with that, you should ask them to provide you, do you have insurance, whatever you think they should have before servicing your yard. I know that, sometimes people look at the pricing and they say, well, this person, for example, cut my grass. This is just an example. These are not hard numbers. Everybody got their own numbers. I'm just throwing out something. This person cut my grass for $30, and now the new company come in, they're charging $50. But you want the same $30 you had. Well, you got to remember what you're paying for. A lot of times you're going to get exactly what you're paying for. If this person was coming in charging $30, they're probably not insured. They probably they're not reliable. They probably have a lot of issues that they got going on. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm saying that it's different. So when you don't want to pay the other company, the new company, $50, you got to realize that company is insured. They're reliable. This is their full-time business. They're not doing it part-time. They're not doing it to get beer money. This is a legitimate business. They're legitimate. They got their LLC, their whatever they are, they're legitimate. They got paperwork to show their legitimacy. And you got to look at it. You got to remember that. You're paying for, what are you paying for? You're paying for reliableness. You're paying for promptness. You're paying for good work. You're paying that, if something happens on your property, this company can cover the cost of the insurance. Things like that. I mean, not cover the cost of the insurance, but cover the cost of repair whatever's been broken. You go with the cheaper guy. I'm not saying you shouldn't go with the cheaper guy. That's where your pockets are. You go with that. I'm not here to count nobody's pockets and tell nobody how to spend their money. I'm just saying, just expect that if you're paying the lowest of the lowest price, then just remember what comes with that. Not saying that you have to pay the most high price. That doesn't mean that either. Just saying, you get what you pay for a lot of times. And every now and then you might get a company that charges a lot and still not reliable. They still don't do what they say they're gonna do. That happens too. But I'm saying overall, you're getting exactly what you're paying for, and just remember that. Okay. Let me see. What else can I think of? I know I'm missing some things. Something else you can expect from a lawn care company is, a lot of times with lawn care companies, people say, well, they never called me back or they never showed up or whatever. A lot of times, what reason why they didn't come back or they didn't show back up, you wasn't a good fit for them. They might not have been, they might not have been willing to tell you to your face. And it's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of reasons. People don't want to hurt your feelings. People don't want to look bad. They don't want you to look at them a bad way and stuff like that. And a lot of times they just don't know how to come to you and say, hey, look, you're just not a good fit for our company. Because people get offended by that, right? Everybody thinks that they're special. Everybody thinks they're great. So when somebody come to you and say you're not a good fit for this company, that can be offensive to you. And a lot of times people let you down easy. They just won't call you back or they won't show up. That happens a lot. When they come out, they might service your yard one time. You're giving them a hard time. You're not easy to work with. Not saying they don't want to do the work. Not saying they don't know how to do the work. Not saying they won't do what you're asking. But sometimes people are very demanding and they want to treat, a lot of times you want to treat the lawn care company as if it's your company, like you own them because they're coming out to take care of your yard. That's not how it's going to work. You can work together, but once you start pressing that person as if you're their boss, in a way you are the boss. I get the concept. I'm paying you to do a job, but it's an equal exchange. It's not like it's a one-sided thing. It's an equal exchange. I provide the service. You pay me for the service I provided. It's no one has the upper hand. We're both on level playing field. But if you as a customer, you want to treat that person as if you are above them in some kind of way, then that's a good way you'll probably end up looking for another company very soon. You're probably the type of customer that may go through a lot of people all the time. If you're doing that, that's probably what it is. You might need to change up your approach and how you deal with these companies, because a lot of the companies not going to deal with it. Now, the guy that's out here cutting grass for beer money or, just not really having a company, they just cutting grass on the side, they'll probably deal with it because, they're in a different situation. And that's okay. Whatever, however you do it, that's how you do it. I'm just saying that's something you should be aware of and expect. I don't think I can think of anything else right now. I didn't make a list. These things I just said off the top of my head. But if you have any more questions or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you are in the lawn care industry and you're watching this video, you can please add something, add some more comments to this video about some things that they can expect when dealing with lawn care companies. Okay. Other than that, I'm out of here. Rod Owens, High Priority Lawn Care. I'm out.